I'm feeling like super confident in this game because I have a lot of good connections. Like Lex, who's HOH, is probably my closest connection just because I know her from past experiences, and I'm gonna support her throughout this HOH. Even though I personally think nominating Tanner was a bad idea because just from my first conversations with the guy, he seemed like kind of a little wild. So I would have personally nominated like Bailey or someone else. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just sitting pretty here, just working with Lex, working with Emma, Tyrell. Those are my favorite. I'm gonna try and win the veto just so I can keep noms as Lex, but I also might throw it. I haven't decided yet. I just don't want blood on my hands. I don't want to be noticed. I think that's the biggest problem in this game is I just want to stay on the edge and just have be liked. And the VC today that I started was like I just wanted to talk to people, but I actually think it helped my game a lot. So I'm kind of proud of myself for doing that. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in Yag's games. I'm just being social. So any questions I'm down with.
Okay, well, first I want to ask you about the bonds you have in the house. Besides Lex, is there anyone either you've known before or that you've just met that you're really connecting with and want to see yourself working with?
Um Emma, I definitely want to be working with, and Tyrell. They're already in an alliance. I know Megan from a different org, but there's not a good connection there. Like she was super crazy when I first played it for her, and she called someone out. And Auk? Oh wait, yeah, Auk exists. I like Auk a lot too because we have a connection of being past winners in a different org, and so we're trying to keep that secret to each other. And so that's like already like a nice bond to have. Like he trusts me to keep it secret. We haven't talked a lot, but it's like been a good bond so far. And then other
Uh,
than that, everyone else is just kind of like okay.
okay, so speaking about your past relationships, how do you think that's going to affect the game in the upcoming weeks?
I think it like I don't know, like I feel like there's definitely some other like relationships, but for mine, I think it's just gonna help me stay safe. Lex and Megan, like I didn't have a bad relationship with, so I don't think she's gonna ever come after me. But yeah, I think it's gonna keep me safe, and hopefully, I'm not seen as a my one thing I'm afraid about.
Okay, and I know it's only cycle one, but has there been any inmates who have been like rubbing you the wrong way? Do you have any like targets in mind, or any people you want to see leave early, perhaps pre-jury?
I want Zach to leave because he's like a weird human who doesn't know how to speak. Same with like Carson can go because he just like says veggie facts and he's also apparently inactive to everyone else. That's also kind of everyone else's fault because everyone was complaining that he didn't talk to them, but none of them made a no chat or whatever. So maybe they did make chat, so they just didn't talk to him. But it's like a two-way street, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. So yeah, Zach, Carson, and Bailey. I'd probably say I wouldn't mind any of them going.
Okay, and you mentioned earlier that you probably wouldn't have nominated Tanner. If you did win HOH this week, who would have been your two initial noms? And if one of them were to have one veto, who do you think you would have used as a replacement nominee?
Well, I probably would have followed in Lex's footsteps and putting up Carson because everyone asked that. But no one, from what I know, wanted Tanner up really. It was kind of just like one person. I think Lex said they thought Zach and Tanner might know each other from the past, and so they were worried about that. So I think Lex got kind of scared and nominated him. But I would have probably put up Carson and Bailey, and then my renum would have been like Zach.
And based on your observations of the game so far, who do you feel has positioned themselves well early on?
Um, I don't want to sound biased, but I feel like I have. But besides me, I'd say Emma has because from what I've heard, no one has like disliked her, and she's liked by a lot of people. Seth is also liked by a lot of people. Like he got a lot of biscuits in the first comp. Same with Lex. Lex was positioned well, but I think the first HOH rating is gonna make her seem a little bit of a target, which sucks for me. But I think she's a good player, so she knows how to keep the target off of herself. And surprisingly, Megan has, even though I think she can't speak, she is liked by a lot of people, which just surprises me.
So looking at this week, let's just say nominations happen to stay the same and you were the sole vote. Who would you choose to evict between the two nominees?
Uh, I would choose Carson because I feel like Tanner would be more thankful that I saved him, and also he'd be more entertaining for the spectators. Like I don't really care all that too much about that, but like I also feel like it would help my game and me staying out of the spotlight.
Um, you have a fan question, which they want to know, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food? Probably something to do with pasta. Like as a kid, I've always liked chicken Alfredo, and that's kind of been my favorite food for a while.
One of another game related question is, who do you feel cannot win the next HOH competition?
Like I don't want them to win, or like they couldn't if they tried.
Yeah, you don't want them to win.
Probably like uh, I guess I'll say Bailey because I've spoken to them the least. I feel like they probably would nom me just because I don't speak to them.
You have another question from a host. They want to know, how would you rate the production?
um, hmm. I think it's good. I like the whole like voice things, and a lot of people complain about like the one-on-ones, but I kind of like it almost more than the DMs. Like I don't know. It's nice not just be flooded with pings. I can just come to the server and respond super fast.
What is your zodiac sign?
I am a Cancer.
And Gabe wants you to rate everyone in VC right now.
Of course, he'd want me to rate that. All right. Who do we got? We got Amanda, Coop, Gabe, Sam, Sex, Slimy, and Whisk. All right, so Whisk goes at the bottom because I don't know Whisk. Um, Sex and Slimy go down kind of too because I don't know them either. Like I know them, but I don't. But I know they're like cool. Uh, Coop is next because he's kind of crazy. Then Amanda because she makes fun of Gabe a lot. Then Sam, and then Gabe. Gabe's at the top.
My mind being second, I snapped. Okay, well, is there any other things you want to say? Like perhaps, okay, Gabe says thank you. Like perhaps wrap it up by saying your strategy moving forward into the game and how you plan to play the rest of the game.
I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. It's like working right now, which is just staying social with everyone and like, what's it called? Like just talking to people and making sure I'm not a big target and being liked by everyone. And I think I will go for an up and coming HOH, but for now, I just want to stay quiet and keep on doing what I'm doing. I know it's kind of vague, but yeah.
No worries, perfect. Thank you so much. And if you ever want to do a future live DR, just ping us and we'll get you in.
Okay.